Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Live here, Darlington. Raceway, Darlington, South Carolina. The Iron Thunder Racing Network is live on the air. This is the Fort Worth Screen Premier Series of the Iron Thunder Racing League, qualifying out on the Speedway now. 2 laps coming to you. The best time as we see JT Lauderdale out on the Speedway. Brendan the King Kalustrahoos. It's Throwback Tuesday here from Darlington Raceway. So see a lot of throwback schemes. And speaking of one, there's a look at that Ford Credit 88 machine. That'll be Josh Ball out onto the Speedway. Oh, trouble for Ball. He's into the wall. No pun intended. Well, let's take a look at that 28 car. It'll be Justin White out on the Speedway that grinds coffee pouches machine. Josh Ball quickest at a 29.68. Justin White now goes to the top of the board, 29.66 with a 5. Look at the 17 once again, JT Lauderdale. Sean Bounty just went 4th quick with a 29.701. 29701 Sean Bounty in that 34 Tide machine tonight. Tonight is the start of the chase, the round of 16 here at Darlington Raceway. And we'll let you know the 16 locked in. Sean Bounty on the screen right now comes into tonight. Your points leader, Josh Ball, second in points. Roger Debo to be third. Josh Cully, 4th seed. John Garrett, 5th seed. 6th seed will be Storm Patterson. George Belfont Jr. comes in 7th in the points. 8th will be Brendan Kalustrahoos. 9th, Brendan Pepitat. Sawyer Ott rounds out the top 10 in points. Dave Matson, 11th. 12th will be Matt Quick. Corey Deal, 13th. 14th, Raymond Rittenauer. Tressenot, 15th. And your last seed, the 16th seed, will be Kelvin Mosier. Sawyer Ott out on the Speedway now. And throwing back to his own scheme here. Double E barbecue machine. Been a while since we've seen that car out on the Speedway in that scheme. Ott right now, 8th quick with a 30.206. 30.206. For Sawyer Ott, make it 9th quick. Kelvin Mosier sits atop of the board. 29.32, 29.32 for Kelvin Mosier. Sawyer Ott, second lap, a little quicker. 29.85, 29858 for Sawyer Ott. Going to be 7th quick now on the Speedway. Dave Matson, second quick with a 29.40. Trying to find anybody else on the racetrack. John Garrett in that 66 car. As qualifying is over, there will be a short warm-up period. A little warm up while they go over some vital information. For the upcoming truck series. If you would like to find out that information, please check out our social media pages. And all that information will be out there. And we'll try to pass it along as well. Take a quick look, make sure we got some things squared away. I do apologize as we take a look at John Garrett out on the speedway. Josh Kelly taking this time. Is the Mr. September paint scheme, that Skull Bandit machine. Gracing the banks of Darlington Raceway here tonight. A big shout out to everybody tuning in tonight as we get geared up, about ready to go with the green flag after this short warm up. Warm up concluding after some admin duties as the announcement of the truck series coming up. I believe it starts September the 12th. So keep an eye out on our social media pages. And you can find all that information about the truck series. We'll start with the Gutter Team 200 qualifying. The duels will be that night as well. 9/12, the duels at Daytona. And in our first official race for Season 6 of the Iron Thunder Racing League Gutter Team Truck Series will go down 9/19 from Daytona night, 83 laps, the Gutter Team 200. And we're getting set to call the grid here. Let's go ahead and buckle on in and get set. 114 laps. And I do apologize if we have anybody in the chat. Our chat feature is not working, and I cannot see that readily available to me. But hopefully that'll change itself throughout the night somehow. Nonetheless, let's walk you through the rundown here tonight. The Southern 250, Dave Matson rolling away on that front row. Alongside of him will be Kelvin Mosier in that 43 car. Row number 2 will be John Garrett to the inside, to the outside. Starting in the 4th position will be Justin White. Row number 3, Josh Ball, Sean Bounty. Row number 4, Tressenot, Sawyer Ott. Row number 5, Alex Little, Dan Half. Row 6, Matthew Klusterhoos, George Belfonts Jr. Row 7, Raymond Rittenauer, Storm Patterson. Row 8, Josh Cully and Corey Deal. Row number 9, Matt Quick, Jackson Allen. Row 10, Roger Diebold and Brendan the King Klusterhoos. Row 11, Matt Hendricks, Matt Cherry. Row 12, Dustin Franklin, Nathan Shiflett. Row 13 will be Brandon Papatat and Matthew Welsenbach. As we're getting ready to rock and roll, green flag getting ready to fall here. Kelvin Mosier in the STP 43 machine will bring the field to life. The Southern 250 from Darlington Raceway is green. They'll barrel off down into turn number 1. Front 2, 3, 4 cars go single file now. It is Matson, Mosier, Garrett, Ball, and Justin White, your top 5. Sean Bounty back there in the 34 machine. He's going to clear the 28 car. Now the 15 CA Cattle Company, a Dale Earnhardt throwback. A beautiful looking machine for Tress and I in the 15 car. Brother Sawyer running right behind him, 1 lane up in that Double E barbecue machine. Justin White slipping back. Long way to go here, 114 laps tonight. Oh, getting a little handle. Trying to get a handle on it is the 6 of Patterson. He'll have a Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback from his DEI days. And that V-Speed machine for a Florida native. For Patterson, Justin White continues to slip and falter 5 positions. He has fell back from the start of the green flag race. But nonetheless, we're rocking and rolling here. Already 4 laps complete. Here from Darlington Raceway, Dave Matson, your leader. The K&N Air Filters machine. Matson started in that 2nd position. Quickly took the lead and now has led 3 laps so far tonight. It'll be his 4th lap led, this time by flash by the front straightaway. Kelvin Mosier looking good in that STP 43 machine. We'll take a look there at Josh Ball in that 88 Ford Credit Mustang. He'll work underneath the 43 of Mosier. He'll pick up that runner-up spot. It reminds me of the Dale and Dale show. 34 of Sean Bounty had trouble. He was able to catch that race car, pull back up in the line, but not after a couple of spots had been lost, as he's currently riding in that 5th position just ahead of Sawyer Ott and Storm Patterson. talk about the Darlington strike. We talk about Darlington too tough to tame. These guys have their hands full tonight learning a new race car. We've seen the challenges it has brought so far this season. Best race of the season last Tuesday night from Homestead Miami Speedway for the Ryan Sadetsky Memorial 200. Probably the best product we put on the Speedway all year long. And these guys right now at the place too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway, already seeing a lot of give and take. Knock on wood and avoid the old announcer's jinx. These guys know that they're settled in for 114 laps, and there's no need to try to win it before it's time to win it. Take a look up here, just a bit in front of the 15 of Trestonite. That is a pass for that fourth position. Trestonite will move into the fourth position, but he makes hard contact with an outside retaining wall. Lots of right side damage on the 15 of Ott, but doesn't seem to slow him down just yet. They are kind of stacked up behind him. He'll move into the fourth spot ahead of Kelvin Mosier. Mosier's starting to slip. John Garrett has moved his way right back where he started in that third spot. We see the beast of Darlington grabbing the 15 of Trestonite. And we'll see as we go on with this aggressive surface in the sandhills of South Carolina. A lot of abrasion on these tires. They'll wear these tires out pretty quickly. Taco Thunder Tuesday, Josh Kelly Fan Club. Appreciate you for tuning in as always. Give a big shout out to Kelly Branson and the Josh Kelly Fan Club. I do apologize once again. Our chat feature is having a little bit of trouble, and we can access it, but trouble on the front straightaway. One car, the 15 of Trestonite, will get you a replay and see what happened to the CA Cattle Company 15 machine out of corner number 4. Looks like the car just got loose. Inside contact there with the inside retaining wall. Tough break for the CA Cattle Company machine of Trestonite. We'll stay rolling. We'll check back in with your leader here. Dave Matson already into lap traffic. He's got around the 47 of Dustin Franklin. Franklin now will be the first car one lap down. 28 cars on the speedway. And be the first car one lap down. Alex Little looks to be a lap down along with JT Lauderdale in the 17 car. That'll put Trestonite, the last car, on the lead lap. As we spoke just a moment ago, the 88 of Josh Ball currently riding in that second spot. John Garrett still holds on to third in the Fort Worth screen printing 66 car. Fourth place will be the STP 43 of Kelvin Mosier. Sean Bounty riding in the fifth spot. Storm Patterson has made his way up 7 spots to 6th. Good 16 complete. Sawyer Ott right now rides 1 spot better from where he started. He'll ride in that 7th spot. Justin White has settled his fall from the start of the race. Down 4 position, currently riding in the 8th spot. Roger Diebold, a big mover so far tonight, up 8 spots to the 9th position. Up 8 spots as well, we'll find the Vagisil 25 of Brendan the King Kloosterhuis, who currently rounds out the top 10. Josh Cully up 3 spots in the Skull Bandit 33 machine, currently riding that 11th spot. George Belfons Jr., trouble, he'll get a piece of the wall. He'll earn himself a Darlington stripe, but he'll have that 94 Belfons racing machine locked into the 13th spot. Matthew Kloosterhuis has slipped back 2 spots from the drop of the green in this Bitcoin 42, currently in the 13th spot. Nathan Shiflett in the M&M's 57 Toyota Camry, up 7 spots from the drop of the green flag. He currently runs 14th. Matt Cherry will break out the target 5 as we see him earn a Darlington stripe, along with Zachary Kreiser as they run 15th and 16th. Matthew Welsenbach in that 31 machine, currently riding in the 17th spot. Brandon Papatat will have his Ally Bank machine in the 18th position. Matt Quick will run 19th, and Paul Smith going to round out the top 20. Maybe a little trouble from the 16 of Alex Little. Dave Max, I'm going to get a look at him. 19 laps led so far tonight in the K&N Air Filters machine. This is the Southern 250. Oh, heard a little bit of waltz. JT Lauderdale, let's get a look on the back straightaway. What happened to JT Lauderdale? Single car, not bringing out the caution. Out of turn number 2, car steps out. Hard impact on the Boeing back stretch, and he'll hit the tow button. But back up front to your leader, it is Dave Matson. Out on cruise control at the moment. Top 5 remains the same. We take a look at that 88 of Josh Ball in that runner-up spot. Storm Patterson holding on to a top 5 in that V-Speed machine. Caution out on the speedway for Matthew Welsenbach in the 31 car. Replay coming up. We'll see what happened to Welsenbach. And I believe that will be stage number 1. So first caution of the night out on the speedway. And this is how it happened for the 31 of Welsenbach. Oh, hard contact on the back straightaway right in front of the, I believe it was Alex Little machine. In the 60 car. So a single car accident involving the 31 of Matthew Welsenbach. Dave Matson will pick up your stage win, followed by Josh Ball, John Garrett, Kelvin Mosier, Storm Patterson, Sean Bounty, Sawyer Ott, Justin White, Roger Diebold, and Josh Cully. So down come your leaders. Looks like everybody on the lead lap going to come down pit road this time, led by Dave Matson. It'll be open and up to the crew to see who wins this race off of pit lane. Kelvin Mosier will be in the first box. Quick texture reload. Matt Quick. Off of pit road, we'll check and see. Matt Quick is scored your leader. Looks like he may have possibly missed the box. Did make his way down pit road. But a 14.2 second stop for Dave Matson. Josh Ball with a 13.9 second. Kelvin Mosier. Kelvin Mosier with a 14.5, Storm Patterson a 14.1 second stop on pit road. I'll take that back. Looking at it, looks like Matt Quick chose to stay out. He'll come down pit road this time. And Dave Matson will be your leader on the restart, and he will elect the outside. So Josh Ball will start inside of row number 1. Dave Matson to the outside. If you're tuning in tonight, let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for. Always a pleasure to host the Josh Kelly Fan Club virtual watch party. We appreciate them for their support of the Iron Thunder Racing Network. Lights out atop of the pace car. Lights out around the racetrack. We're getting ready to go back under the green flag action. First caution of the night complete. Field going to double up behind the pace car. 2 by 2. The same way they got on the arc. Pace car going to dip off to the safety of pit road. The 09 of Dave Matson in the restart zone. Matson back on the loud pedal. We are back green, lap 29 on the board. The 6 of Storm Patterson will move into that runner-up spot. That'll put Josh Ball back to 3rd. Sean Downey now 4th, and Kelvin Mosier going to round out the top 5 with 29 laps on the board, 30 this time by for Dave Matson. 27 laps led. The big moves back here, the 25 of Brendick and Kloosterhoos. Not sure why, though. There we go. He'll look inside of Pampatat. Pampatat watches up the speedway. Trouble for the 57 of Shiflett. Well off the pace in that M&M machine as he is going backwards. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Shiflett will fall out of the top 20. Three wide with the 5 of Matt Cherry. Dave Matson continues to show the way. 29 laps led. A good look. Caution out on the speedway. Multi-car incident on the back straightaway. Go back to the, oh, here we go. Dustin Franklin involved. The 57 of Shiflett. We'll take a look at it. We'll back it up. Different camera angle. The 9 of Adam Strong. 57 of Shiflett. 47 of Dustin Franklin. Not quite sure why the yellow flew, but technically 3 cars involved. Nonetheless, Dave Matson still leading. Storm Patterson, Josh Ball, Sean Bounty, and Kelvin Mosier, your top 5. Caution out, 34 of 114 complete. Dave Matson going to go elect the outside for the restart this time. Josh Ball got the short end of the stick on the last restart, being forced to the inside. He'll now be outside of row number 2. Or excuse me, maybe inside row number 2. Take that back. Yes, he would be inside row number 2. That'll put Sean Bounty outside of row number 2. Outside on the restart so far tonight has been the place to be. The place too tough to tame. Darlington Raceway. And what a place to be. If you never visited Darlington in real life, I highly recommend it. Especially on throwback weekend. A lot of nostalgia. You can just feel the roots of NASCAR nestled right in Darlington, South Carolina. Truly gem of a racetrack. We get set to go back green on the back straightaway now, which was the original front straightaway. And until they flipped it around and back straight away is now the front. Green flag getting ready to come back out. Restart zone with green. Everybody got to stay in line until they cross the start finish line. They will. Storm Patterson with a good restart. He was able to clear that 34, Sean Bounty. And now he's working the back deck lid of that 09 of Dave Matson. Hot and heavy on that Caden air filters machine. They work around the speedway. Sean Bounty up against that wall out of turn number 4. 88 of Josh Ball had to chase the race car just a little bit. He'll work inside of Bounty into turn number 1. Oh, hang on to it, Josh Ball. He's fighting that race car. He's got it down on the apron of the speedway. As Kelvin Mosier banks it off the outside wall. Josh Ball, white knuckle driving. He'll hang on to it. Trying to force his way back in there. And there we go. We mentioned racing the racetrack. And right then, the 88 of Josh Ball definitely had to wrangle that race car, get on top of it, and just manhandle that bad boy into submission and save a race car. They do have a quick fix, but that definitely could put a monkey wrench in the plans of Josh Ball, who would love to go ahead and click his ticket into the second round of the playoffs here tonight via a win at Darlington Raceway, Southern 250, Fort Worth Screen Printing Premier Series. Season 7 starting to wind down, and a season it has been so far. The new car, some growing pains with this next gen car. But as we move forward, these drivers start to get the handle of this race car, how it acts, what it likes, what it don't like. These guys starting to get it figured out. Storm Patterson now about a half second back from Dave Matson, and Sean Bounty will be 3 seconds and some change behind the second place runner of Sean Storm Patterson. John Garrett holding on to the 4th spot as Brandon Kalusterhoos will work underneath them and take over that spot. They'll flash by the start-finish line. Sawyer Ott going to look inside of Garrett now into turn number 1. Not enough room. Ott will have to back off with the loud pedal just a bit. Roger Debo quietly making his way up inside the top 10. Up 10 spots from the drop of the green flag. Oh, Bounty will fall back another position. Patterson now going to look to the inside once again of Garrett into turn number 1. We'll clear him before they get to the exit of turn number 2. Storm Patterson, Sawyer Ott will move in to the 5th spot. Now Roger Debo, George Belfons Jr. looking to follow Ott through as he'll pull up on the back deck lid of that Fort Worth screen printing machine of John Garrett. That gap has closed just a bit now. On the 09. Storm Patterson riddling him in just a bit. Kaluster, who's 4.5 seconds back. 4.8 off the lead. as 45 laps have been completed so far. George Belfons Jr. take a look at that 8th place running car. Josh Cully started tonight 15th. Fell back to 18th and now has drove his way back up to 9th. In the Skull Bandit 33. Josh Ball has recovered and holds on to a top 10 spot for the moment with 46 laps complete. Ball back 5 positions from the drop of the green flag, but had to chase a race car that got away from him just a bit as he tried to work underneath another car for position. He'll have that Mustang pointed right in the right direction as we continue to click away lap after lap. That gap at the front slowly decreasing. Justin White will jump up and get him a Darlington stride. At 28 machine. To the damage on the side of the 5 of Matt Cherry. Running 13th at the moment. Old Cherry will go up and hammer the safer barrier in the middle of 3 and 4. Caution out on the speedway. Possibly involved in the 15 of Tresnot. Oh, your leader, Dave Matson, involved. Oh, wow, look out. Tresnot holding the brakes, and the leader just demolishes the 15. We'll see it unfold again. I lost the handle down the back straightaway. Tried to keep the car up against the wall, made contact with the 60 car. Comes to a stop, holds the brakes. And just not sure if the lighting in that area. Let's see if we can get on board with the 09. Of Dave Matson. Not 100% sure. There is a dark spot in the lighting. And it was not going to be the end of the stage. And the 6 of Storm Patterson come down pit road. Will put Brendan Closter, who's in the lead. Second caution of the night for incident. 51 of 114 in the books. Your leader, Brendan Closter, Sawyer Ott, Sean Bounty, Roger Debold, John Garrett, your top 5. Josh Cully, Brendan Papatat, Corey Deal, Matt Quick, Paul Smith round out the top 10. Lights out around the speedway. When to go signal given. Stage number 2 will come at lap 55 at the end of lap 55. 3-lap shootout. Oh, wreck under caution. So that brings out the negates the going back to green. Now we'll go back to 1 to go. A little confusion on the lineup back there. Delayed the restart. Kalusterhoos up 17 spots from the drop of the green flag. He'll lead us back to the green flag on this restart. And about a half a lap here, we'll go back green. Kalusa is going to enter the restart zone. And the real Kluster will drop the hammer. He'll drag race Sawyer out down to turn number 1. Big move up the racetrack. Take over that top spot. Sawyer out to ride second. Third going to be Roger Diebold. Fourth, Sean Bounty. Josh Cully will come out in the top 5. Closing in on another caution here just momentarily for the end of stage number 2. Back to the front. Oh! Klusterhoos gets a piece of the outside wall. Otto move to the lead. And a caution flag out on the speedway. Possibly involved the 88. And there we go. See him a little sideways. Sawyer out, going to pick up the stage win. 58 laps now complete of the 114 stage number 3. Getting set to begin. Corey Deal electing to stay out, along with Josh Ball, who was involved in that incident. They'll be scored 1 and 2. Justin White, looks like maybe 2 tires only. 5.3 second pit stop. Kelvin Mosier, 5.1 second pit stop. Brendan Klusterhuis, 14.6. He'll restart in the 5th position. Nathan Shiflett will restart 6th. 5.8 second stop on pit road. Then we'll find Sawyer, Roger Diebold, Sean Bounty, Josh Cully to round out the top 10. Close here in the restart zone we go. Corey Deal on and outside of that front row. Back on the loud pedal he goes. We are back green. Oh, Josh Ball thought about changing lanes before the start finish line. And he knew the count would come down on him. He'll finally clear him before they exit turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Put Josh Ball in that runner-up spot. Kelvin Mosier back to 3rd. Looking to the inside is Brendan Klusterhuis. Down into turn number 3 they go. The 25-43 side by side. Mosier slips up the racetrack. Give the spot to Klusterhuis as the caution comes back out. Zachary Kreiser involved. In the 39. Looks like the 60 of Alex Little. Oh, Matt Cherry involved as well. And locked it up was the 60 of Alex Little. Slid right into Kreiser. 63 complete. Fifth caution of the night on the Speedway. Deal gonna elect the outside here for the restart. Here we go, pace car off. Bringing the field back to life. The 56 car, that'll be Corey Deal. To the outside, to the inside, Josh Ball in the 88. Oh, playing games with us. Corey Deal now smashes back on the loud pedal. Oh, a little playing. A little bit of games being played by the 56 of Corey Deal. He'll take that to his advantage and rocket down the back straightaway. Oh, just as soon as he got a little bit of momentum going, grabs the backstretch retaining wall and slows himself, backs right up into the grass with the 88 of Josh Ball. 25 of Brenda King Kalusterhoos running in that third spot. Kelvin Mosier will have the 43 machine running in fourth. Justin White going to round out your top five with 66 complete. Look out, Josh Ball again. Oh, maybe the 28. Oh, the 6 is Storm Patterson. Oh, the 12 of Paul Smith. Let's take it back to the 88 of Josh Ball. It might have been an accordion effect wreck. Back in, steps out on Ball. '28 of Justin White. It's like the same thing might have happened to him. And the 6 of Storm Patterson just knew the 88 was going to come back up in front of him. So he anticipated the 88 to come back up the racetrack, so he was going underneath. And then right in to the back end of the 88 he goes. So a mistake early, pitting from the lead before the end of the stage. Cost him a stage win. And now involved in the incident here on lap 68. See him come down pit road. Corey Deal still holding on to that top spot. Followed by Brendan Kalusterhoos, Kelvin Mosier, Sawyer Ott, and Roger Debold, your top five. Sean Bowney, Nathan Shiflett, John Garrett, Dustin Franklin, Matt Klushus rounds out the top 10. And everybody there on back on the lead lap at the moment on pit road for service. Alrighty, we're going to smash it one more time. Corey Deal on the outside in command of the field. Hammer down. Oh, Deal got a piece of the wall. Corey Deal now going to go 3 wide into turn number 1. Spun the tires, and Sawyer out going to capitalize. To the front, he rockets. Sawyer Ott, new leader down the back, straightaway, 71 laps. On the board, Klosterhoos are rolling that second spot. Corey Deal now settles in third, side by side. For the 5th position, Roger Diebold and Sean Bowney. Still side by side racing, the 66 of John Garrett riding in that 7th spot behind him. Oh, hold on to it, Roger Diebold. Lots of momentum lost. One car all the way down to the inside. Oh, look out. 66 of John Garrett hard in the outside wall. 57 of Nathan Shiflett goes for a ride over in turn number 4. Let's take you to the 66 car of John Garrett. Oh, I apologize. Way too far back. Here we go. Restart, replay. Looks like possible net code. Let's get another angle here. Shiflett just gets turned. The 09 of Dave Maxson might have squeaked by with no damage. But a very violent move with the 66 car. Sean Bounty will go to the point via Sawyer Ott. It's like everybody from 7th on back will come down pit road. '09 of Dave Maxson. That car is still down, still not on the lead lap. Looks like he is the first car one lap down. '75 of 114 complete. Here we go. Restart. Sean Bounty drops the hammer. Josh Ball finds himself back up inside the top 5, running that runner-up spot. It'll be Matt Quick falling into 3rd. Raymond Rittenauer right now trying to hold on to 4th as they stack up behind him. Dustin Franklin with trouble up ahead of Sawyer Ott in that 47 machine. He's going to stack up the field behind him. Everybody right now clean and green, moving on and moving forward. All that happening, Josh Ball takes the lead. Back to the front of the field. Josh Ball, first laps led tonight in the 88 Ford Credit Ford Mustang GT. Oh, look out. 25 of Klusterhoos. Hard impact to the inside wall. .43 of Mosier got a little piece of it. Back it up just a little bit and see if we... Alrighty, coming back to the restart in just about a half a lap. .82 laps on the board. Pace car off, Josh Ball in control. And we are back rolling. Josh Ball caught him sleeping. Sean Bounty rolling out in that second spot. You'll have Matt Quick breathing down the back deck lid of that Tide machine. Quick and Bounty roll off single file. Josh Cully will roll into the fourth spot. Fifth, Sawyer at 47 of Dustin Franklin. Trouble again. Single car on the front. Dustin Franklin with more trouble. Single car, but Josh Ball still leading. 0.85 seconds out in front of Sean Bounty and Matt Quick. Josh Kelly now looking to the inside. Thought about it, not going to do it. Kelly holding on to that fourth spot. Had a big run. Oh, look out. Raymond Rittenauer. Hard contact. Oh, Nathan Shiflett involved again in this one. Raymond's car just snapped. .35 of Sawyer Ott. Oh, Corey Deal nowhere to go. So something happened to the 35, and the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer overcorrects hard impact. Another caution, ninth one of the night out. With Raymond Rittenauer involved. Josh Ball, Sean Bounty, Matt Quick, Josh Cully, Roger Diebold. Top 5. 86 of 114. In the Getting ready for the restart once again. The field works its way down the back straightaway. Josh Ball, Sean Bounty on that front row. It'll be Matt Quick and Josh Cully in row number 2. Roger D. Bold Sawyer Ott, row number 3. Green flag back in the air. Josh Ball rolls away. Sean Bounty and the 33 of Josh Cully. Cully trying to sneak by on the outside. Can he clear him? He will. 89 of Matt Quick got one car. Is that the 60? Oh, 38 of Roger Debold hard on the outside wall. Matthew Kaluster, who's the 42, is the car that spun off of turn number 2. No caution, but Josh Cully going to move up to the runner-up spot. Look out, Roger Debold. And he hangs on to that DuPont machine. He'll lose wholesale position. And still losing as he's trying to get back inside that racing groove. Tough break for Roger Debold. Short leader with 23 laps to go. Is the 88 of Josh Ball. 1.1 second ahead of the 33 of Josh Cully. Caution out. Dustin Franklin involved once again. Oh, washes up the racetrack, contact with a 28. Roger Debold got a piece of Adam Strone and a 60 of Alex Little. Caution out once again. Josh Ball, your leader, with 93 of 114 in the books. Josh Ball, your current leader at the moment, followed by Josh Kelly, Matt Quick, Sean Bounty, Sawyer not going to round out the top 5. And we're taking a look at the points coming into tonight. Opening round of the playoffs. Saw Sean Bounty, your points leader, 6 points ahead of Josh Ball and Roger Diebold. Josh Cully comes in tonight 9 points out of the lead in the 4th spot. John Garrett 5th in points, 11 points out of the lead. Storm Patterson 6 in points. George Belfons Jr. 7th. Brendan Kalushers 8th. 9th is Brendan Papatat. So your Ott rounds out the top 10 in points. Coming into tonight's action, the opening round of the round of 16. And we look into season 7, the round of 16 will continue. The 100 race of the Iron Thunder Racing League will be next Tuesday, May the 17th. Bodega 200 presented by RG Heating and Cooling, Talladega Super Speedway, 76 laps. And then the Stay Tuned podcast with Jimbo 200 Las Vegas Speedway in the round of 16, as we are back under green flag. Josh Ball takes the lead down into turn number 1. Josh Kelly will move up. He'll hold on to the 2nd spot. Matt Quick will roll into 3rd. Sean Bounty 4th. 5th Sawyer Ott, but he's got a challenger in the 25 of Calusa. 18 laps to get it done. Right now, Josh Ball. Oh, look out, Kelvin Mosier to the inside. Mosier trying to get it caught. He will. Contact with the inside wall. We stay green. Tough end of the stick for Kelvin Mosier. We click off 16 laps ago. Big shout out to Sharon Larson. Good news, out of the hospital and doing great. We love to hear it. You're definitely in our thoughts, Sharon, and we appreciate you being a supporter of Josh Cully and a great member of the Josh Cully fan club as Dave Matson brings out our caution here. Car steps out on him. Looks like he fought it all the way and loops it right before the start finish line. Caution out once again. We'll slow the pace down. 100 of 114 complete, and the yellow flag out once again. The race started off hot and heavy, and the cautions have picked up. The old saying, cautions breed cautions, definitely has here tonight. It slowed the pace down, but let's talk about your leader. Josh Ball has led 23 laps. Qualified 5th, got caught up in an incident with Cherry, but we'll rewind it just a little bit. Before that, caught a loose race car, chased it back up the racetrack, lost multiple positions, then got caught up in an incident with the 5 of Matt Cherry. And now has drove it from 21st spot back up to the lead. Josh Kelly up 12 positions from the drop of the green flag. He runs second. Another big mover is Matt Quick in that 89. He's up 13 spots since the drop of the green flag. Currently running in third. Sean Bounty fourth. Sawyer Ott fifth. Klusterhuis Brandon Klusterhuis riding that 6 spot. John Garrett seventh. Eighth, up 14 spots is Brendan Papatat. Paul Smith up 15 spots, rides in the 9th position. And the 10th place position right now belongs to George Belfons Jr. Definitely my pleasure. Glad to see you pulling out, out there pulling for Josh Kelly in that 33 Skull Machine. We appreciate your support of the Iron Thunder Racing Network. And good to see you out of the old hospital there. As we're getting set to go back under green flag conditions. Josh Ball to the outside is the leader. And he will be in command of this restart. Josh Kelly put together a solid race here. He'll be inside of the front row. And we come back to green. Field comes back to life. Old Klusterhuis bounces off the outside wall. We keep it straight, clean and green. Down into turn number 1 and 2 we go. Bounty slips up the racetrack. Josh Kelly able to capitalize, but yellow flag is back out once again. Let's see, involving Zachary Kreiser. Oh, the 12 of Paul Smith just comes up the racetrack. Oh, Dave Matson again, nowhere to go. Kelvin Mosier, a little salt in the wounds here. So after that restart, Josh Ball, Josh Kelly, Matt Quick, Sean Bounty, Brendan Klusterhuis, the top 5, and we'll go to a quick break and we'll be back here shortly. Setting up for the restart here. Could it be the final restart of the night? Pace car out of here. Green flag back in the air. Josh Cully not the restart he wanted. Sean Bounty gets the jump on the outside. He'll move into that runner-up spot. Cully now fighting for position. Sawyer out, bounces off that outside wall. Now the 89 of Matt Quick pulls underneath, and Quick gonna lose the handle in the 89. Around with 6 laps to go, right in front of the field. Nobody hits him. Five laps to go, and we're under caution once again. Green, white, checker. Can we get it done here? Sean Bounty, Josh Ball make up the first row. Josh Kelly, Sawyer Ott in row number 2. Brendan Klusterhoos and George Belfons Jr. In row number 3, Brendan Papitat and the 66 of John Garrett make up row number 4. Roger Diebold and Paul Smith in row number 5. Here we go. Restart zone coming up. Pace car out of here. Where will Josh Ball smash the loud pedal? Right here. We're back green. Ball sneaks out. Sean Bounty will move up in front of the 35 of Sawyer Ott. Ott now looks to the outside. He'll go to the outside of the Sean Bounty machine. Side by side as he exits turn number 2. Bounty slows on the speedway. Josh Kelly will have to make a evasive action and move ahead of the 34 Sean Bounty as Sawyer Ott moves in that runner-up spot. Third going to be Josh Kelly. Out of turn number 4, Ott going to have to hold on to it. He wobbles, he bobbles. Around goes Ott. Josh Kelly into the runner-up spot. We stay green as the final lap here. Josh Ball leads by 0.65 seconds over Josh Kelly down the back straightaway. One more time. One car all the way to the bottom of the speedway. Can't get a number on it. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. Kelly makes a last-ditch effort. He bangs it off the outside wall. He'll keep it straight. Southern 250 to Josh Ball, Josh Kelly, George Belfons Jr., your top 3. Sean Bounty and Brandon Papitat finishes out in the top 5. And Sawyer Ott going to finish 17th. And I'm hearing the restart gonna be reviewed. Oh, possible EOL for the 47 on the restart. We're gonna work on getting these guys up in the booth and we can get a word in with them. Congratulations once again to Josh Ball. We'll get our good buddy Josh Kelly back up in the booth with us. Been a while since we were able to talk to him. He'll join George Belfons Jr. and your race winner, Josh Ball, in our post-race interview session. Let's bring up the 94, George Belfons Jr. Already joining me in the booth now, the driver of the 94 Belfons Racing Machine. Started tonight in 12th, fell back to 24th throughout the race. Managed to race your way back up to 3rd. Congratulations on a podium finish.
Thanks, man. It was an interesting start of the race. You know, I qualified just to get a decent pit stall and thought about starting in the pits, but then got relegated a whole bunch of times, stuck a lap down, and ended up working out okay at the end. Got some lucky breaks and put the car where it needed to be at the end.
Yeah, we saw the start of the race. Seemed like everybody just decided they were going to click away some laps, and we really ran through the first bit of the race pretty quick. And once the caution started falling, we saw people, the give and take, no longer there, so to speak, and the caution just kept rolling after that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe we got the entire first stage rolling like that. People couldn't run 2 laps in practice, and then they managed to hold it together for an entire stage. That was it was good. It was fun. It was good to see what the car did over that period of time.
Most definitely, and I think it's just we talked about last week, this new car, and we're we're being a little too hard on these guys out there, critiquing especially some of the ones that maybe not are in the car as much. But we got to remember how long we were on the old car, and how much you guys were able to race it. And now it's pretty much a new platform, and all that years of experience, it's kind of gone out the window. And you got to totally relearn these race cars.
Yeah, yeah. The phrase "old habits die hard." That's these things just drive completely different. You can't rotate the car off the throttle. If you get completely off, it just gets extremely loose, like uncontrollable loose. And if you're too hard on the brakes, if you don't get your brake temperature or tire temperature up, then it's just I mean, here it's like you're on your skates, you're on skates the entire time.
I'll tell you what.
Heard about your oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You good?
No, I was saying, heard about your job stuff in the intro for the race, and I hope the best for you.
Oh yeah, definitely appreciate that. And I was gonna say, coming in here tonight was definitely gonna be a good point tonight. I know you would like to finish 2 spots ahead and go ahead and
Yeah.
get that out of the way, but definitely a
Yeah.
good run.
Yeah, I have the playoff 16 pulled up on one of my other monitors, so I can kind of see who I need to race, and it was all over the place. I mean, you had people that are higher seeds in the playoff running, or get caught up in something in the back, so it really just ended up being just putting the car where it needed to be and racing everybody about the same. Because this is an aggressive track, you can't go into or try to make a pass and do it kind of lazily. You have to enforce it a little bit. You have to drive the car, and you have to take the runs when you can get them.
Most definitely. It's been a blast, man, and hopefully you can keep some momentum rolling, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Talladega.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get a dub next week. I'm calling it right now.
Alrighty, man. We'll look forward to speaking to you from Victory Lane. Good luck, man.
See you later, John.
Have a good one. Alrighty, let's bring up the 33 of Josh Cully. We need to look at Mr. September's paint scheme here, as he'll do some loop-de-loos down here. If I can find my Discord. And we'll bring him up in the booth, the driver of that Skull Bandit machine. And man, I tell you what, putting the show on for the fan club tonight. Found your way to the front of the field right when you needed to. And that thing was pretty stout.
Yeah, we were trying to save our stuff and just went to the outside there and decided to send it and see what we could do at the last lap. But I think if we would have had more green flag laps, probably could have got a win. But second place is pretty good for playoffs. So got some stage points, so everything's good.
It definitely roll you into next week with some momentum and a track that I know you can get it done at. We take these next gen cars to Talladega. It's going to be fun, and I know you'd like to go ahead and punch that ticket and make sure that you're in it to win it as we move on. But starting tonight, it came in fourth in the points, and it looks like Roger had a little bit of trouble, and Sean finishing in the fourth spot. So yeah, be able to take a little bit of momentum, roll into Talladega, and as we like to say, show up and show out.
Yeah, I feel good about Talladega. If we can get through that round, with the top 10, I think we'll make it through pretty easy. So, and then Milwaukee Miles coming up. That's another one of my favorites. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the last few races. Made it through all the whole season, and now it comes crunch time. So we got to have pretty good performances from here on out.
Well, I tell you what, we know if anybody's capable of it, it is the Josh Cully 33 machine, man. So far this year's been a blast, and we look forward to finishing out strong. And good luck to you, and I know you'll keep bringing the heat.
Yeah. I just want to thank all my sponsors that helped me out. You guys for broadcasting, and today's my old man's birthday, so I was going to say happy birthday.
All righty, man. Happy birthday to your old man, and maybe next week you can give him a belated birthday gift and bring home Talladega win.
Yeah, we'll go for gold tomorrow next week for sure.
Alrighty, man. Good luck.
All right, see ya.
Alrighty, we let him simmer long enough. I believe he's even exited the speedway. But we'll get the driver of that 88 machine in the booth with us now. The driver of the 88, Mr. Josh Ball, and a roller coaster night for you. Seen you lose the handle on it, and a hell of a job saving that race car, by the way. It'll be highlighted for sure in the replay. But nonetheless, got caught up in an incident with the 47. Kept your head on your shoulders and was able to, I believe it was the 5. I'm not sure. Anyway, got caught up in the incident. Not of your doing. Able to just grind away, keep your head on your shoulders, and cruise to a victory here tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was definitely an all-over night. Doing the best I could just to, keep my head in it. And then, after that first incident with the 47, I was able to repair it, luckily. But then, I was able to go in, and I think I got it, or the 5 came down on me or got into me and then spun me out. But we had to use our quick fix shortly after that. So luckily, it just happened at the right time when I used my quick fix that it was getting close to the end of the race. So, it definitely served as luck. Pretty much got me to the point that I was at because I used it. Then there was caution 3 laps later. Everybody went in, and then I just kind of ended up there and tried to hold my spot for the end of the race.
And I know being able to hear the radio chatter on the admin side and all teams. I know you pay attention to a lot of stuff, not just your race. We started this race off strong. It seemed like everybody kind of spread out, a lot of give and take. But once that first caution fell, what could you see was maybe the difference in the first stage versus stage 2 and 3?
The first stage, I think everybody was just kind of feeling the car out. I mean, that's what it's all about. And I'm not really sure. I think stage 2 is similar. It got a little looser actually, so that kind of hindered a couple things. But and then I think people are just starting to try to maybe drive over their heads a little bit. I mean, even myself in a couple instances, I hit the wall, and maybe it was more not driving over our heads, but we were getting more comfortable with the car and then felt like we could push it, and where really it was on the edge as it was. So I think, and then, obviously we get to stage 3, everybody, the run to the finish, they're like, all right, well, I need to get up there, blah, blah, be in position. So I think that's the biggest thing is like people just are, getting into incidents because they're trying to get back up to the field, or we're in the back, in the front. And, just got to be a little more patient. I mean, I've victim of it myself and done it myself. So, I've crashed out before just trying to get back to the front. So,
Yeah, I think, we wouldn't be racers if we didn't push it to the ragged edge. And I think, doing so good in the first part of the race gave a little bit of false confidence maybe to some of these guys. We know this car's still a handful, and it's just going to take time to get running it, get under the belt and know the ins and out, what it likes, what it don't like. But it was definitely setting up to be, I was very surprised we went as long as we did. We were talking to George, and he was commending how much everybody was, kind of spaced out, filling the race car out, and then I think the racer mentality, like you said, kind of got a hold of everybody, and the racetrack maybe changed a little bit, car getting looser, but didn't end up the way we wanted it to. But I tell you what, it ended up really good for you coming tonight, 6 points out of the lead. You finish 3 spots ahead of Sean Bounty, and then with the win, you can go into Talladega and kind of, like we told Josh Cully, you can kind of go in there and show up and show out.
yeah, that was one of the key things. I couldn't remember where Talladega was on the schedule. I didn't look, but I know. I'm glad I was able to get this win tonight and kind of just relax next week, I guess. If I want to try to get up to the front or get into the back, that's fine because I don't have to worry about, the big one. Or if it happens, at least I'm locked into the round of 8, which, I'm kind of looking forward to those tracks. Milwaukee Mile and Nashville Super Speedway will be fun. And, Sonoma's obviously always a challenge, but it'll be different.
But I tell you, I know, you talk about, going in there and not really having to worry about it. But I know you're going for a win, and everybody else is going to be there. They want to be the person to win the 100th race in the ITRL, and not only the other guys trying to punch their ticket through and making their way a little bit easier. These competitors, they want to win in these playoffs, but everybody that's going to come to Talladega is going to want that bragging rights to say, I've won the 100th race in the Iron Thunder Racing League. And I think that's pretty awesome what Sawyer built, from the ground up, and what you guys keep continuing to make better every year, year in, year out. Talladega is going to be super exciting.
Oh, yeah, definitely for the 100th race. Sawyer putting together this league and all of you guys, throughout the years, keeping it together. Kevin Hash, unfortunately has had to take a break, but, him, you, Dylan, Sawyer, Justin, all the guys that, kept this thing together. It's a great league to run in. I know some people get frustrated and, it's sim racing. So it's, people get heated just in like real racing, even we've seen the real guys get heated on the sim, back during COVID. So, but no, yeah, I appreciate, everybody coming out this week and, doing a good job. Hard track, Darlington's not that easy. And yeah, I look forward to the 100th race, and yeah, I can go for it now too, because it doesn't matter, if I finish first or last there. So, but yeah, I hope to see everybody out there next week. I'm sure we'll have a good turnout for Digging.
All righty, man. Well, congratulations once again, and we thank you for all you do. And I look forward to get down to Talladega and continuing this playoff run to end out season 7. Congratulations once again.
Thanks, Chris. We'll see you then.
All righty, that's going to wrap up coverage from the place Too Tough to Tame, a NASCAR tradition, Darlington Raceway. The Southern 250 in the books. Josh Ball, your winner. He'll move on to the round of 8 that'll start Tuesday, May 31st. He'll have 2 more chances to pocket some wins before the round of 8 start. The 100th race, the Dega 200 presented by RG Heating and Cooling will be next week, and then we'll move out to Las Vegas Motor Speedway to round out the round of 16. And we hope to see you there. Big shout out once again, Josh Cully Fan Club, for doing what you do. And a big shout out to Sharon Larson, getting back out of the hospital and doing great. Tuning in with us tonight to watch Josh Cully finish on the podium. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. And we're going to wrap it up here. Thanks once again. Y'all keep showing up. We'll keep showing out from Darlington, South Carolina. Good night, everybody.